Hey everybody, welcome to Long Island Real Estate with me, Sal Catalano, and in this video we're going to be breaking down the April housing market here in both Nassau and Suffolk County to take a look overall at Long Island. If you're buying, selling, or just watching the market, this is the update you need. We're not just unloading numbers. We're going to talk about what they actually mean and how you can move forward strategically in today's market. So let's get into it. All right, let's start over with Nassau County. In Nassau, we saw serious activity in April, and the trends are stacking up in a way that the sellers are going to love. So the average sale price is $790,000, which is up 3.07 from last month. That's a strong gain and attracts with buyer demand in key towns like East Meadow, Merrick, and Garden City, especially for move-in ready homes. The sold to list percentage is 101.2%, which is up 1.65. So homes aren't just selling, they're selling over asking. And the rise in this stat matches perfectly with the days on the market, which is at 30, which is down 26.8%. That's a huge drop. So the urgency is back, spring market, full swing. Buyers are acting fast and competition is super tight. So inventory is at a 2.66 month supply, which is actually up a little bit. So yeah, inventory rose, but it's still way below what we'd consider a balanced market or light years away from a buyer's market. So this tells us new listings are being absorbed very quickly. So this combo, faster sales, over asking offers, and rising inventory, suggests that buyers are waiting for inventory, and then when it shows up, they're pouncing. So sellers still have control, but that edge does depend on pricing it smartly and a solid overall presentation. All right, so let's take a look at Suffolk County. So Suffolk County is still as competitive, but the pace is slowing down a little bit compared to where it was. So the average sale price is $665,000, up 2.3%. So not a huge jump, but it's steady. Market's still appreciating. It's just not, accelerating wildly. Over asking offers are still happening because the sold to list percentage is 101.3%. This tells us that buyers are being a bit more measured, probably saving the bidding for the best listing. So when they see something, they're going in. They're not just shooting out offers willy-nilly on everything. The days on market in Suffolk is 33. That's up 15.4%. So that's a key number. So it's slightly more homes are sitting. It's not necessarily a red flag about the market, but it's definitely a sign that buyers are willing to wait unless it's the perfect fit, which we kind of talk about. Once they're waiting, they're not just throwing in offers. When they find it, they're going after it. Inventory, 2.8 month supply, which is up 2.1. That's still a strong seller's market. Getting a little bit better, but still strong seller's market. And the fact that Suffolk saw a 15.8% increase in total sold volume means that the market's still very active. It's just a little less frantic in Suffolk. So we're seeing a shift from urgency to strategy. In Suffolk, homes with curb appeal, good layouts, realistic pricing, they still move super quick. But anything overpriced or needing work, buyers are skipping it. They're not going after it, or they're negotiating harder. All right. So what does all this stuff mean? So here's the big picture. So sellers still have the advantage in both counties. Strong sellers market. But the buyers are getting smarter, and they're getting a little bit more selective. So inventory is slowly climbing, which brings a little bit more balance, but it's not enough to kind of shift the market any one way. We're still in a seller's market in both counties. This is the kind of market where having a plan matters. Knowing what to expect, how to price, when to list, how to negotiate. Those things all make a huge difference. Both sellers and buyers, they need to have a good strategy in this market to get what they're looking for, which obviously for sellers is going to be the highest price on their home, and for buyers is going to be the best value that they can get for what they want, where they're looking for. So whether you're thinking about selling or buying this spring, it's definitely very important to get a plan together, and that's where I can help. A big thing that I go over with both buyers and sellers is the strategy, and how we're gonna, whether it be a seller, how we're gonna present, how we're gonna go on the market, what we're gonna look for, what are gonna be the key indicators on if we're being successful or not. It's not just accepted offer contract. Same thing with buyers. we need to be set. You need to have your pre-approval ready. You need to know what attorney you're using. You need to have your inspector ready so that you know when I have something, I can move on this and I can get it quick. And that's how you can get the home in this market that you want. So whether you're thinking of buying or selling this spring, if you're trying to buy before summer, it's still doable, but we got to move quickly. And other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss an update, all the stuff that every YouTube video tells you to do. And if you have a question about your specific town, neighborhood, you want to know what these numbers specifically are for you, I would love to get that information for you. Comment below, DM me, reach out to me at @SalCatalano_real estate on everything that I could be that on. And I will see you guys on the next video. All right.